Well, today I was thinking about something. I've been thinking about it for a week now, which is, the Catholic Church is upset because they can no longer get public funding if they don't allow gay adoption, which is perfectly reasonable. They have to obey the laws of the land. They don't get to be different. I don't think any group should get special privileges against obeying the law if they're getting public funding. I'm not even sure they should if they're not, but they're being paid by the government. They don't get to be exempt from certain laws. That's discrimination against everyone else, and that's just not fair or treating everyone equally. I don't like this whole idea that, you know, we'll allow gay marriage, we'll allow this, or we'll allow black marriage, or whatever. As long as, it's perfectly fine up to this point. Beyond this point, we're not going to accept it. Like it'd be like saying, we're gonna allow blacks to drink at water fountains, but everybody has a right to say that they can't drink at their personal fountain, public fountain. Well, why? What's the difference? If you're getting public funds, you shouldn't be allowed to break the law. I mean, that's exactly what it is. But the other funny thing is, on top of this, they're upset about birth control and people being given birth control and whatnot. Companies having to finance and give birth control to people. So they're upset about adoptions, which is mainly comes from unwanted pregnancies. At the same time, they're getting angry about people trying to stop unwanted pregnancies. Isn't there a bit of hypocrisy, a bit of just controlling here? This whole idea that they don't want unwanted children, but to be going to certain people, and they're not going to fund. They're not going to longer have these adoption agencies if they can't discriminate. So obviously there's going to be less people helping the kids that need adopting, but at the same time they're going to refuse to help anything that would help that situation. Do they care about the kids? Do they care about the people? Or is it about control? Is it about this is what we think is right and wrong and you have to do it? Is it more about, I've said before, the letter of the law rather than the people? What is it? What's more important? The kids who need families, who could get families if gays could adopt, or is it about the money, the public funds, or their being right and just, getting to decide for everybody else how they should act? If we get to decide for the kids, oh no, that's a Muslim family. They're not allowed to adopt our kids. That's a gay family. They're not allowed to adopt our kids. Only these few people. So therefore, majority of their kids aren't going to get adopted. They're going to be left without families. I don't think, frankly, the kids give a fuck who is adopting them, as long as they're good parents and make them happy. It seems to be more about the egotism of the Catholic Church and other adoption agencies similar to that. I think only their way is proper and right, and anybody else should not be allowed to adopt. This isn't fair or proper for anyone, and it doesn't help anyone. And it kind of shows the true priority of the church, if this is where they're putting their priorities into. Not helping the kids, but having this air of this is proper. And this isn't fair for anyone. Comment down below if you agree or disagree or what you think about this. Let me know your thoughts.